previous. Coolio. All right. So all of you guys can hear me properly.
Yep, yep.
All right. Okay. So let us just look at some couple of trades. Just to make sure that we're on like the same page. So um so guys, here's the thing, right? We said if you wanna buy, price has to do this, ne? And then you draw your resistance way here, right? And then your Fibonacci retracement. You all can see my charts properly.
Yeah.
Cool. And then you draw your Fibonacci retracement zone, and your from your fib price has to be at least on your zero point 0.5 zone, right? But the trick here is you must know how to actually identify your market structure, right? Like higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, right? So, like I said, it can happen that we can have that small trend there, and then we can have that small trend there, and then we can have that small trend. That is why I said to you that you must try to familiarize yourself with such. You must try to be able to spot these when it actually does what, when it actually happens. For instance, I was looking at a USD JPY. I was looking at USD JPY. It's a trade that I was hoping that we will actually get to benefit from, guys. Okay. But it's a trick. It's a trick one if you don't really understand the market structure and stuff like that. But here you can see that we have that high right there. Okay, and then we've got this low right there, and then we've got that high right there, and then we've got that low right there, and within that zone here we've got that small market structure, and within here we have this small market structure, right? But you have to train your eyes to actually identify something like this, right? Okay, and then you come here, right? And then obviously your fibs are going to actually do what? Your fibs are going to actually correspond, right? And we will be looking to take this trade when we'll be looking to take this trade once the once the daily candle actually um closes below the this once the daily candle actually closes below this bullish candle, of course, right? And then we can benefit from that move. But what I wanted to mainly focus on is you need to be able to train your eyes, right? Like as much as possible. Like that is what is important. And then if I can just look at GPP, JPY, we didn't get our candlestick pattern here, right? So we have this market structure. We've got that high right there. We've got that lower low right there. We've got that lower high right there. We've got that lower low, and then we've got that lower high, right? It is this was like a simple market structure. And then what is it that you do next? You draw your Fibonacci retracement zone, right? And then you can see that price was at your 0.618. Remember, I said it has to be at least above your zero point 0.5 zone, right? And then you come back and you draw your trend lines. Okay, and you can see that price did give us a third touch. And then if we can go over to our daily order block, we can see that price was on our daily order block. And right now this and right now I'm currently working on another system that is going to allow us to enter without depending on that one candlestick pattern only, because it will be able to give us even more and more set types. But I'm not really sure when I'm going to be done with that. But I'm just putting in the work and putting in the work. And we're trying to find another way to enter. But as of right now, this is like the proven and confirmed high winning rate way to enter using this strategy, right? So here it would have been it would have ticked all of the dots if we had our candlestick pattern here. Okay, so any questions thus far?
Can I ask?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So I got trouble on knowing um how can the fib invalidate a setup? Like what's the wrong way, the wrong setup according to the fib? Like when like we said at least
All
50
right,
fifty
all
percent
right. I
zero
get.
point five percent
Yes, I get your question, bro. Let me just make an example here. Let us say this was our trend line, right? And then let us just ignore that move there, and let us say, then let us say price actually went here, and then let us say price is actually here, and then we actually get our candlestick pattern way here, right? And then now we go over and then we take our Fibonacci retracement and then we put it where? Down here, right? You can see that price here on our third touch didn't actually make it to our zero point 0.5 zone, right? So this setup would be invalid, even though you have even though prices at your order block good candlestick pattern, but price didn't make it to your Fibonacci zero point 0.5 zone. I don't know if I'm answering your question, bro.
Yeah, and what if it crosses through 0.78 above 0. Beyond 0.78?
Yeah, on that, I wouldn't. It's it's not really a problem, right? As long as the trend lines actually make sense, and as you are going to be guided by your market structure. But yes, price does cross above your zero point 0.7 zone. For instance, I gave you guys the signal, and it has actually hit our take profit, as you can see. I mean, yeah, it has actually hit our take profit. I think I gave it like somewhere around last week or something, GBP USD. So you can see that we have, was it GU? Yeah, I think it was GU. I think it was GU. Oh yes, it was GU. It was GU. You can see right now I made a mistake here by placing my second touch here, because we don't really have a lower low here. So it has to be something like high, low, high, low, and this is where we actually entered. So here, right, there is my high day, right? Here you can see that my Fibonacci here didn't really reach my my 0.786 zone. I think it was NZD USD. The trade that I done complained about missing, was it NU? Yeah, it was NU. you can see that we've got, can see that we have um this day, that day, this day, that day, and then I missed this entry here. If you can draw your Fibonacci retracement zone here, okay, you can see that it is just at our 0.76 zone. But if it actually went up, maybe somewhere here, it wouldn't be a problem as long as price actually, as long as the third touch was actually smooth, right? But if it was something like that, I wouldn't recommend you to even consider it. But what you have to notice that you have to try as much as possible to get a clean set types. You have to try as much as possible to avoid trend lines that have been super broken. Okay, so something like this is so perfect. You have your order block here, your 4 hour order block, the last opposite candle and stuff like that, you know. It's not really a problem, bro, as long as the touches and stuff, as long as they make sense, bro. So you will be guided by your market structure, mate.
Okay,
Everything.
another question.
Yeah.
When price, I've seen that on GU, or as you are trying to show us the setup you were looking for, anyways. But market can give you a lower high, lower low,
Yeah.
lower high. Then before making a new lower low, it fails and it gives a double bottom, some stuff like that. Then makes a lower low. Then makes a new lower high where you wanna look for your candlestick pattern. You get me?
Yeah.
Like
Um
on GU, I've seen that on GU, like drawing trend lines with that kind of market condition. I've seen that on GU. You can go on GU. That's NZDSP.
GU.
Yeah,
Let me try and look for that pair.
yeah, there. Yeah, daily time frame of this maybe. Is in daily time frame.
Yeah, where is it, bro?
On the daily time frame. That's 4 hour time frame. Yeah, there.
Yeah.
You see, yeah, after that
Price
high,
didn't, yeah,
yeah,
that
yeah,
high.
yeah, yeah. Failed low, then
You,
new lower,
this
like
is this is not your high.
mm,
I understand your question. This is not going to be your high, bro. This is going to be your high.
okay. So you're gonna draw your trend line starting from that high to that second high.
Yes, I'm going to draw it starting from that high to that failed high because it wouldn't make sense for me to actually put it here. All right.
Okay.
So I'm going to
So you
put
can
it
adjust
so
it.
I'm going to put it here because it's within this whole structure that actually failed to like break that
Okay.
low, bro.
Okay.
So I don't have to like
Okay.
put it here and stuff, you know. I can
Yeah.
like literally
It
just put
wouldn't
it
make
here.
sense.
Yeah.
But your
So
fib starts from the pure
yes,
high, the real
yes.
high.
My fibs they don't start from here, but they start from there.
Okay. 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 And what if price gives us a candlestick pattern on the okay, I guess. Anyways, fine, I've answered myself.
All right,
Okay.
all right. That's cool. That's cool. All right. Um, yeah. Basically, this is so simple. I don't even know what I've got to touch upon right now. Like this is so simple, guys. And I'm literally waiting for a USD CHF set type on my weekly time frame. On my weekly time frame, as you can see, we have that. thing there. Then we've got that. Then we've got this, and then we've got this, and then you can see that it's giving us our candlestick pattern on our weekly time frame. And then when I do that, it's that is on our 0.786 zone, and then price is on our monthly order block. Like, there's my monthly order block right there. So yeah, it's a setup that I'm going to be looking to take um probably when the market actually opens or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I'll see. I'll see what happens if it actually matures and gives me the set type, then I'm game, definitely taking it. And if USD JPY matures, I'm definitely taking it too. So it's like literally two trades waiting for me, like the beginning of in like the beginning of the starting week, you know.
And okay, let's talk about the entries and like once you've placed your entry, you can after your candlestick pattern, then your risk to reward and break even. I got some trouble, a little bit trouble there. You can touch it
Yeah,
first for
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
really quick.
When it comes to like your risk to reward ratio, bro, it actually depends on you. Like it actually depends on what you're going to be happy about. I think I prefer at least the 1:2 risk to reward ratio. But
Same.
looking at how the market is responding to the strategy, I've been trying to look at if a 1:1 risk to reward ratio can accommodate this strategy. But there is something that I'm still looking on right now. So yeah, but I 1:2 risk to reward ratio is actually clean for me, bro.
Okay, and okay, let's take an example there that or let's look at an example maybe at CAD JPY. CAD JPY.
Say DJPY.
Yeah,
Where are you?
there. Yeah. Okay. Okay, this was my last trade anyways.
Yeah,
I entered there. Anyways,
yeah.
let's take an example like there is your short position. Okay. Okay. Fair. So I'm asking once price makes 1:1, you put your stop loss break even in close partials, and I was targeting 1:2.
Yeah, yeah. So
But
it
my
means,
1:1 is there before even that low. It's very, very,
yeah,
let's say, yeah,
yeah, it's up to you, bro. Like you can open two trades, right? And then once it actually hits your 1:1, your first take profit is set to that 1:1, and probably your second take profit is set to like 1:3. But that seems like a little bit impossible for it to reach, though it reaches sometimes, or you can set it to like 1:2.
most of the time 1:2. Yeah.
Yeah, or you can just
Okay.
literally place one trade and then uh, have a 1.37 weeks to reward ratio. That is why I actually said it is like literally up to you, like what makes you happy, bro. Like we are different traders.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Our emotions are not the same. I cannot force you to risk 1% on your account. I cannot force you to risk 5% on your account. It's how you react. We react differently to the market. That's what I'm trying to say, bro.
Okay,
All right.
okay.
So there is something that you have to. I already gave you my system. So you see these petty things, bro. Those are things that you like how
Yeah,
you.
risk management and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That is something that you should work upon, bro. Because
Okay.
we at the end of the day, we we react differently to the market, you see.
Okay.
Yeah. But as long as you're making money, bro, that's like it's like the what's important, you know. Yeah, simple strategy. Um, I don't know, but as from now on, I'll definitely try to, like do hold to do Zoom meetings like weekly, just to touch upon some stuffs. And yeah, and we had USD CAD, right? I think we had it last week. I did talk about that trade. Yeah, so let's wait and see what the starting week has in store for us, man. Yo, yeah, I think that might be for it for now, bro. I don't know if there are any other questions, mate.
One thing. Um,
Yeah.
let's say after you've drawn your trend line and your setup is well aligned with the fib 0.5 or 0.618,
Yeah,
and at your daily, okay, at your order block.
yeah,
Okay, so if it's 4 hour time frame
yeah.
and you're waiting for a candlestick pattern, if the 4 hour won't give you the candlestick pattern and gives other candles, you can go to the daily time frame and wait for it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. As long as you're going to be happy with the risk to reward ratio, that is all that matters. If
Okay.
if price was actually on your 4 hour order block, and then it doesn't really give you a candlestick pattern on your 1 hour time frame, instead it gives you on your 4 hour time frame, you execute, bro. Right? You take the
Okay.
trade. Yeah. Cool, man. See you next time, bro.
Thank you, bro. It was a good session. Anyways.
Yeah, yeah. And we tech. See you next time, my guy.
Okay, thanks, bro.
Cool, mate.